President do?
Ambassador Nikki Haley with Martha last night previewing the upcoming visit to the UN. It's going to be a major story next week. Tuesday's speech expected to focus on protecting U.S. sovereignty. But there is another meeting that has more significance. Nile Gardiner is the director of the Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom Heritage Foundation. How you doing, Nile? And welcome back here. The president will chair a UN Security Council meeting on Wednesday. And the focus for that meeting, my suspicion, is Iran. What's yours?
Well, I think that's absolutely right, Bill. And I should say, first of all, that Nikki Haley's statements last night were outstanding. I think that Ambassador Haley really is emerging as America's Iron Lady at the United Nations, and we need that kind of strong U.S. leadership on the world stage. I expect that President Trump will be sending the same message at the United Nations next week. As he mentioned, he's going to deliver a major address to the UN General Assembly on Tuesday, followed by his chairing of a UN Security Council session on Wednesday, where I think absolutely the main focus will be upon the Iranian threat. And the president will be calling on the Security Council and the world to rally behind the United States in standing up to a brutal and barbaric regime in Tehran that is the world's biggest state sponsor of international terrorism, that is determined to acquire nuclear weapons capability, and Iran must be stopped. So I think that is going to be at the heart of the president's message on Wednesday.
He will essentially say that Iran's dangerous. And Nikki Haley says this will be the most watched Security Council meeting ever. She's probably right about that.
I think so. Absolutely. All eyes will be on how the president handles this meeting. And I think, to the president's great credit, President Trump has been very, very robust in standing up to Iran. It was absolutely the right decision to withdraw from the disastrous Iran nuclear agreement signed by President Obama, which fundamentally undermined U.S. national security. And President Trump will be calling upon U.S. allies, especially in Europe, to join the United States in standing up to Iran. And already we're seeing large numbers of European companies withdrawing from Iran, following from the U.S. withdrawal from the JCPOA Iran nuclear agreement. So already the United States is making a huge impact internationally on the Iran front. And American leadership really does matter. And whereas Barack Obama was incredibly weak-kneed in the face of the Iranian threat, President Trump has been extremely strong and robust, as Ambassador Haley pointed out last night. We need to see this kind of very strong U.S. leadership, a president standing up for U.S. national interests on the world stage. And that's absolutely vital. I do think we're going to see that.
We're giving the Europeans a decision. You either go with Iran or go with the U.S. market here. New York Times characterizes it this way in light of that Iran nuclear deal. They write this: exercising the prerogative of the chairman, Mr. Trump plans to focus on Iran's malign activity around the Middle East. European diplomats said they fear that this will only underscore the disunity of the West, given the unpopularity of Mr. Trump's decision to pull the United States out of the Iran nuclear deal. Has the sky fallen on that?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of division actually within Europe on the Iran question, and European Union officials and European leaders need to decide whose side they are on, whether they're going to stand with the United States and the free world, or whether they're going to stand with a monstrous dictatorship in Tehran. It's a very clear-cut choice. And I do hope that European leaders are going to follow the right path here by standing with the United States against a monstrously evil regime here. They have a clear-cut choice, and President Trump has thrown down the gauntlet to America's allies in Europe, and I do hope that they will stand with the United States in the defense of the free world.
It's going to be a big moment on Tuesday and certainly on Wednesday as well. Thank you, sir. Nile Gardiner, for the analysis there in Washington.
Thanks very much, Bill.